everyone, welcome back to Jack's Wooden Shortlines. Here I'm going to show you a direct representation of the Illinois Central. Here it is currently owned by Canadian National due to a lack of engines and trying to round up as many engines as it can. So here we're going to start in Markham Yard. Markham Yard is in Chicago. Illinois Central's biggest yard and may even be Canadian National's biggest yard. In Markham Yard, it's very dense and complex, but let's start on the edge of it. On the edge of it, here we have a chemical customer and an ethanol plant, a lumber customer, and another ethanol plant. And every one of these customers has a counterpart somewhere. I made sure of that because, unlike others, I'm not doing any interchange on this one. I just thought just keep it all Illinois Central. Also, I needed as many switches straight as I could get my hands on. So the second track to the outside goes to it. Well, it does go to the engine. Customer, sorry. Two customers, but here, if you go down here, you get to the engine facility where they store their engines. Right now, there's only a lone C-44 of Canadian National there, but I tried to give the vibe of an engine yard, seeing there's three things that helps the engines if they're broken. And here to the third track, we have a Canadian National GP38 and a switch engine. And here we go into an intermodal yard. And the intermodal yard, in each yard that isn't Markham Yard, this is where the intermodal starts. And every yard that is anywhere, basically, that's where they're getting their intermodal from. And here it basically goes off, and here we get to just the main storage of it. And here the two Grand Trunk C-44s. Now, you can think of these as heritage units, but only one of them can be, and Grand Trunk did have C-44s. So next we have, in the other two, we have grain cars, and we have Wisconsin Central and Kansas City Southern. Now about the Kansas City Southern, Canadian National seems to own it by now, but the government is unlikely to allow such a purchase because the railroad will be so huge. Canadian National is the biggest railroad in the world right now already, and it will go through three countries, and will be the leader in the country for two of them. So we also have a flat car and Illinois Central. So the government's probably not going to oblige. And here we have two lines that trains can go through in the yard. And here you probably notice the Metra. In Metra, the Metra goes through Markham Yard to get to Union Station right there. And Union Station is shared by Metra and Amtrak. So one line is for Amtrak, one line is for Metra. And here we have Metra. This one is actually going back, while this one is waiting for it to go by to get to Union Station. And this Metra operation is actually in real life. And this way is the main line of Mid America. This way is the Chicago St. Louis run. And on the other side of the yard, that's the Omaha line. I'm going to be starting with the main line of Mid America. And Midline of Mid America continues with the Metro. Here we have a simple grain customer off of the Midline of Mid America, and an auto carrier plant, and there's a coal plant that the old engines in Only Central and the Grand Trunk are currently operating by going to switch some auto carriers in there. And here, this is Metro Union Station, or Knapford Station. That's probably not the name in real life. I just used that because I used all the railroad stations I had. And here, there is 2 Metro trains. The other 2 are already off. Any train has their own line. So now we go down the main line of Mid America. And here there is a grain customer right here, just in the middle of the main line of Mid America. And here and here is a coal plant. It does go around the table like it usually does. And here then we have an intermodal train going through Effingham. And here is Effingham Yard, one customer with a GP38 from GM&O operating it. And here we've caught up to the engines. 2 Kansas City Southerns. Now, Canadian National hasn't got the full deal of Kansas City Southern yet, but for now, it has two engines hauling an intermodal train. And here we have the Edgewood cutoff. The Kansas City Southern is taking the way to go straight through Chicago, while the other line goes straight to Memphis. And here, this is where Memphis is. Now, the Memphis has its own engine storage, and it also at the other end of Memphis, it has. Sorry, I'm fixing that. A coal plant, a power plant, and right here, this is wait, what is this? Steel chemical. Actually, I don't think I found a purpose for this one. Well, anyways, here there is a station, which here there's a siding, and the Amtrak is going out of, and waiting for the Kansas City Southerns to go through. And here there's 2 C-44s. This would be considered a heritage unit, and then it has a switch engine and a GM&O. And here, this is where the main line of Mid America continues. And finally, we make New Orleans. Now there's an ethanol plant and a auto carrier plant, and Amtrak's final destination. And here we have 2 engines, Only Central and Canadian National. And we make our way back to Markham Yard. So we can either take the St. Louis branch or the Omaha line. And here we'll take the St. Louis branch. So early off we have a steel customer. And as we go along the line, by the way, I'm pretty sure the one that didn't have any use, I'm pretty sure that's the steel customer. Yeah, it's a steel customer. Okay. So here we have St. Louis Yard. There's its engine depot, currently owned Canadian National GP38. Sorry, that was me sneezing. And here we have a Grand Trunk caboose and a lumber car, and there's the lumber customer, its counterpart is in Chicago, and here a boxcar customer. You'll see its counterpart later on. And that's the St. Louis line with the siding right here. Probably isn't used much, but just for added realism. And here we finally make our way to the Omaha line. And after Omaha, which is pretty much right here, the one line splits and goes into Nebraska, I think it is. But here is a coal plant. But you'll notice that all of these cars belong in the Canadian National family. Yeah, I tried to add as many Canadian National belonging cars on the line. And here we have two customers, a grain customer and an ethanol plant, which is actually the counterpart of it right there. Of course, you'll have to go all the way down the main line of Mid America, all the way to Markham Yard, and all the way through the main line, and get your way to here. So yeah, that's no short ride. And here, since my dad likes trains as well, I let him have his own line, which I thought I gave him a decent supply, although he took rationing tracks more seriously than I did. And usually made his line to Sioux Falls, which is actually in South Dakota, but mainly out of curves. And here we have a grain customer, a boxcar customer, which is the counterpart of this, and we have a coal plant, and my dad decided to do it interchange anyway. So there it is. Thank you for watching Jackson Short Lines.